Peace, everybody. What's going on? It's your girl Tiffany coming through here live in the fed. Peace, brother Centavo. What's up, brother? Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through tonight. I'm not going to be on here for too long. I'm gonna try to make this video short as possible, but this topic is gonna be about the border patrols and the Haitian immigrants. So I don't know if you guys know on the news that there was a lot that's going on regarding to the immigrants. What they're trying to do is they're trying to keep the immigrants from coming over here uh, to the country because Texas is right there on the border of Mexico, and if you know the history, Texas at once upon a time was a part of Mexico. Okay, so by it being right there on the border of Mexico, right, the Haitians, I guess they were trying to get over. They were trying to get over to Texas to get inside the country, but the border patrol stopped them. The way they went about doing it was very it makes you reminds you of the past. What do I mean that it reminds you of the past? So when I say it reminds you of the past, it just reminds you of how it used to be back in the time that our ancestor was enslaved. So the border patrols decided that it would be a good idea to take whips and hit the immigrants with. If this ain't deja vu, then I don't know what to tell you. But I'm gonna go ahead and read the article. Then I'm gonna speak my piece on it. All right, so here's the article. This comes from Intelligencer, nymag.com. It says Border Patrol agent uses whip to chase down Haitian migrants. After images were published on Monday appearing to show a U.S. Border Patrol agent on horseback using a cord or rope as a whip to chase down Haitian migrants crossing over the Mexican border into Texas, the Department of Homeland Security announced an investigation into the incident. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection Office of Professional Responsibility opened an inquiry to define the appropriate disciplinary action to be taken. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas added the Office of Professional Responsibility officials will be stationed outside Del Rio, where the incident took place, on a full-time basis to ensure that the possibility of DHS personnel are executed consistent with applicable policies and training and the department's value, according to a spokesperson. All right. Meanwhile, the U.S. is reportedly planning starting Wednesday to almost double the number of migrants being deported back to Haiti from Texas. The photos caused widespread outrage on Monday, including a condemnation from the White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, who described them as horrific, adding that she wouldn't imagine what the scenario is where that would be appropriate. According to the El Paso Times, the incident took place on the banks of the Rio Grande near the border town of Del Rio as agents on horseback tried to deter Haitian migrants from crossing into the United States. "Let's go," a mounted agent yelled. "Get out now, back to Mexico." The agent then swung the rope at the migrants as one fell and others tried to shield themselves. And then goes on to say the apparent whipping comes as more than 14,500 Haitians are camped under a bridge in Del Rio as they wait to be processed by Border Patrol. On Monday, it was 104 degrees in the town. In response to the increase in undocumented migrants from Haiti impacted this summer by assassination of Jovenel Moise and an earthquake that killed over 2,000 U.S. officials had begun a mass deportation of Haitians and have sent over 600 Border Patrol agents to the area. This weekend, around 3,300 people were removed from the makeshift camp in Del Rio and sent to detention centers or placed on flights back to the island nation. The Biden administration has used a Trump-era Center for Disease Control policy called Title 42 to justify the deportation of migrants without allowing them to file asylum claims. All right, so, and it's coming from this website, Intelligentsia, which is nymag.com. Now, it is a shame, Santiago. It's really a shame. So let me go ahead and let me speak my piece on this. What do I see when I see a Border Patrol beating on a Haitian immigrant or migrant? I see slavery. It's slavery deja vu. It's slavery happening all over again. That's all it is. It's just slavery. If an immigrant tried to cross over to this country, instead of dealing with things in an appropriate manner or whatever case may be, because they're considered as illegal immigrants, quote unquote, they decide to whip them as if they're animals. This goes to show you that slavery has not went anywhere. Slavery exists at all times high. That's a form of a slave mentality. Now, something was brought to my attention about the Haitian people and the Mexicans and the relationship about Texas. Texas is one of the most racist states. Texas is very racist. So it shouldn't come as so much of a surprise that they would take a whip and start whooping on immigrants, black immigrants at that. That goes to show how they feel about black immigrants. That goes to show you how they feel about people. Yes, these people might be illegal or whatnot, but knowing what Haiti has gone through, the earthquakes, and they lost one of their presidents. Haiti was one of the first countries with African descended people to fight to win a revolution against the French. And you even had Haitian descended people that contribute to America, such as Jean-Baptiste du Sablé. If you guys don't know who Jean-Baptiste du Sablé is, look him up. Jean-Baptiste du Sablé was the founder of Chicago. He founded the city of Chicago. He was of Haitian descent. And it's just really sad that you watch a brother and sister get beat on with whips, all because they're trying to find a better place to stay, trying to get away from the problem in their own country. It's really sad. It's really sad that a lot of them can't come up here and go through the process of becoming citizens. So in order to keep them from getting across the border, they got to go to this extent. It's disgusting. This government makes me sick. How they do things, it makes me sick to the stomach. It's already bad that the government has not a lot of bad history. It's already bad that we live under capitalism. But to see our brothers and sisters from another place getting tortured, it's not fair. I wonder how the FBA and ADOS people feel about this. That's what I want to know. How do y'all feel about this? ADOS, FBA. How do y'all feel about these brothers and sisters getting attacked by Border Patrol? Of course, it has always been racist. That's nothing new. It has always been that way. That's nothing new. That's not even a secret. You know, Satava, I have to agree with you. You're right. They do think they different. It's really sad. I wonder how Tariq Nasheed feel about this. Tariq Nasheed came out with a documentary about the Haitian people, 1804. Tariq came out with a documentary about this. I wonder how do he feel? How do he feel about this? But you know what? Let me go ahead and pull up some information because this is something that I just learned. Okay. This comes from the SIO. This comes from saobserver.com. saobserver.com stands for the San Antonio Observer. All right. Haitians supported Mexico in the war against slavery in Texas. This came out in 2018. It says, according to Dr. Philip Tucker, Black Haitians, the early 1800s, supported Mexico in the war against Spanish slavery in Texas, but historians have traditionally ignored this. According to Tucker, the revolution in Haiti between 1891 and 1804 signaled the triumph of freedom against slave owners, not only in Haiti, but in the Americas as a whole. Spanish slavery was coming down in Central and South America as a result of the brave fight by Black Haitian rebel under the leadership of Black General Toussaint Louverture. The interesting point for Mexico and the United States at the time was that it created panic among slave owners in Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and other slave-holding states. It also sent a message to Spain that slavery was on its way out if Mexican revolutionaries had their way. Spain was overthrown in 1821 and in 1829 slavery was abolished, which sent shockwaves among Texas slave owners settlers. After Haiti became free, the Haitian Republic supported the liberation struggle of Native people in South America and elsewhere in their war against oppressive Spanish control. The liberator of South America, Simon Bolivar, sought Haiti's help in battle in Venezuela and Colombia, and Haiti was willing to help. They also wanted to help Mexican revolutionaries defeat Spain and rid the Americas of slavery. According to researcher Dr. Philip Tucker, more symbolic in regard to a direct revolutionary connection to Texas that has been long ignored by historians, the Republic of Haiti's president in the South, Alexander Pion, also waged war against slavery. This mulatto son of a slave mother and a white French master and one of the Haitian Revolution's heroes dispatched Haitian troops in 1816 to Texas in a bold liberation effort. As early as 1812, Haitian revolutionaries led the way in attempting to destroy slavery in the Caribbean and along its basin. About 200 French-speaking Haitian soldiers were sent by the ship to Texas to join the struggles to free Texas and end Spanish rule and slavery. Long absent from the pages of traditional Texas history books, the most forgotten and among the first anti-slavery fighting men in the annals of Texas history were Black Haitians. These Black, white, and Taino troops united with rebels under Francisco Xavier Mina, an experienced Spanish guerrilla chieftain who fought against Napoleon's occupation of his native Spain, who arrived at Galveston Island November 1816. Then it goes on to say, aside from a smaller rebellion by black slaves in Mexico, Haiti became the first independent nation in Latin America. Some argue that Haiti's revolution amounted to very little, but the largest slave rebellion in the United States was sparked by the Haitian Revolution. The German Coast Uprising of 1811 was the largest uprising of black slaves in U.S. history. It took place in St. Charles and St. John parishes in Louisiana. This rebellion is but another example of a historical cover-up of the importance of slave rebellions in Haiti and the United States. To this day, little is said about the revolt, and no historical works existed until 2014. This was also true of the black Haitians that helped Mexico overthrow Spanish rule and their eugenic method of slavery. So I didn't even know about this until today. I have seen people talk about it on Facebook, but I had to go look it up for myself. After all that Haiti has done for America and fought against slavery in America, this is how you treat the people. This is how you do the people. It's bad enough that the Red Cross, the so-called Peace Corps, done took half a billion dollars from Haiti. They done took $500 million from Haiti. The money that was going towards the Haitian people during the earthquake at that time period, they took that and put it into their pockets. But now we got another crisis that these Haitian people got to deal with somebody beating on them and shit. And you're right, Centavo, they do deserve our respect. And ain't nothing us black people here in America can really do about it because it's beyond our control. But it's not so much of black immigrant and non-immigrants. But we're looking at it as black people. These are black people that we're talking about, regardless if they're immigrant or not. They're black people that's being taken advantage of by this government. Whew. Most look for entertainment, not education. Facts. The internet hurts us more than it helps us. Facts. And our protest against this government. It's deja vu. It ain't with no milk. It ain't with nowhere. It hasn't went anywhere. It is deja vu. Slavery has repeated itself. That's what slavery has done. It has repeated itself. It has repeated itself in a different light. So therefore, it is deja vu. It's deja vu. This go to show the same attitude they had towards black people here in America is the same attitude they had towards black immigrants. Excuse me, y'all. My bad. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, you ain't the only one that feel that way, Santavo. You're not the only one that feel that way. I wish there's more that I can do too, but it ain't much we can do. But see this madness on TV and see how it affect us in a way. See how it remind us of the past. That's all we can do. Just sit back and watch this and see how these things remind us of the past. Yeah. But you know what? You know what? They can't stop us. They can't stop us from being proud of who we are. They can't stop us from being able to connect with our roots. They can't stop us from learning by our ancestry. They cannot stop us. They can't stop us. So no matter how many times they want to beat somebody ass, uh, use objects and all of that, they cannot stop us. This is why it's important for us to really know our history. This is why it's important for us to really do our own diligent research. This is why it's so important. Because at the end of the day, if we don't do our research and we don't access the information that is available, then we'll never know. It'll be taken away from us. As you can see, they trying to clean up a lot of stuff, but it's like you can't clean up now because the information is out there. We already really know what's going on. We already know what's taking place. So ain't nothing you can really do to stop that. Hmm. Yeah. Ain't nothing more I can really say. I just wanted to give my thoughts and opinion on it. It's very sickening, it's very sad, and it's really tragic. It's devastating. As if these people are just savages and animals and they have no sense of pride or no sense of humanity. They just animals. They get treated like animals. Hmm. But that's all I wanted to say for tonight. That's all I want to put out there. I just wanted to get my thoughts regarding to that situation. Deja vu. That's all I can say. Deja vu. But anyways, this your girl Tiffany, and I'm getting ready to log off. And thank you guys for watching my channel. Thank you for supporting my channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell and share my channel whenever I come on. But until then, y'all take it easy on yourself. This your girl Tip, and I'm out. Peace and power and elevation be to all of you. And as I always say, deuces, knowledge is essential. All right, take it easy.